out here on RGT checking out this new course. So today is a huge day because apparently RGT and Zwift both released new gravel roads. Seems to me like RGT put this road out there and then Zwift jumped on. This screen is new. So the whole UI here, or the UI is new. All these loading screens are new. Interesting stuff on RGT. I think this looks really good though. I think all the menus look really good. They added a quick ride button, which is cool. I guess maybe I left the camera. I gotta go to third person camera. Here we go. I've been thinking about experimenting with first person camera. That could be cool. As always, tell me if the audio is okay. I wonder if this is gonna pick up RGT audio. Audio is the hardest part of live streaming, always. All right, so this is the new course. This is Dirty Revel, I guess is what it's called. Apparently, a lot of UK people were like not freaking out about this course, but UK people were excited about it. Apparently, this is like a known thing. This course in the UK. Some people were commenting saying that they ride this IRL, so that's cool. Let's see. Trying to get my chat window set up where I can see what people are saying to me. I'm changing my chat up for RGT. I got it right here. I don't know. We'll see how that works. I've also been thinking about doing this. What if I went no GUI and just so you can just see the course. So this is a group ride with bots. I set the bots to ride like not crazy hard, but not super easy, like 310 to 250 or something like that. So we should go pretty. I didn't want to be like slow, but I am. Tapering is the wrong word, but just not doing a super hard ride today or tomorrow because I've got Echelon series on Saturday and Sunday. And I did 2 races yesterday, 3 on Monday. So that's probably 4 hard efforts in a week. It's probably too many anyway. So whatever. So I should just be hanging, chatting. So let's look around here, I guess. I'll turn the GUI on for now. Maybe I'll turn the rider list off. So this is an RGT thing, though. I can turn these elements on and off individually, which is pretty sick. Like in a real, if I was racing, obviously you want that on, so you can see what everybody's doing, but I can just turn it off because I don't want it right now. Right now I want to look at the scenery. I want to see this new course. I can turn, interesting, okay, that one. Okay. And then elevation profile. I guess I'm going to leave the elevation profile on because I want to know what I'm getting. First ride on this course. I don't know what I'm getting into. Dirty Revel. Apparently there's some gravel here. So it seems to me like RGT released this gravel course today. And then Zwift saw it and said like, oh, we have gravel roads too. And then they released an update. Has anyone else seen that? So apparently Zwift, just like hours after this dropped, this course on RGT and this whole UI update, Zwift dropped some connector roads on Watopia. I'm thinking maybe if this route isn't as long as I need, maybe I'll hop over to Zwift and check those roads out. We'll see. Or maybe, so RGT's added a bunch of new stuff. This RGT update is like gigantic. I wish that my capture card for my phone was working so I could show you guys the GUI update to the like user interface on the mobile app, because that stuff looks really good too and works a lot better. I know people were always confused jumping on RGT, like how do you jump on and just ride, especially on magic roads, having to set up events and stuff. But now if you have premium, I'm pretty sure this is premium only, whoops, you can oh man, I've done a lot of this Everesting challenge. So new route looks really good. I got to get in the big ring here. This road surface looks great. But yeah, apparently on premium now you can do like free ride on a course. Basically, you can free ride on a magic road course. I mean, yeah, I'm welcome, Cochise 007. Yeah, it looks really good. I think this is their best looking course to date. So here's something. One of my teammates races on this view exclusively, which I don't know, I can see some advantages to it. You can get a little more perspective about like where people are coming around you and stuff. And then I've also heard people racing, first I'm right up this guy's ass, but this also makes some sense to me that you could ride first person. And this is just what I'm used to though. I don't know, this view seems like maybe best of both worlds. Yeah, Thomas, I'm excited about it. I was honestly not expecting new real roads from them until I guess that Ask Me Anything thing they did where they had a blog post too, but before that it seemed like all of the focus was on developing the Magic Roads features, which I hope they're still doing that too. But hey Tom, welcome. Dude, sorry about yesterday. Sweet. Yeah, Twitch looks better, so for anybody who's watching on both or watching on YouTube that really just wants to see the course, the stream just looks better on Twitch. And I think that's just because Twitch is optimized for live streaming a little bit more. Nice. How'd you do? So, good news, bad news on that race from yesterday. I wasn't streaming, so I had no distractions. Won the race, but nobody saw me win the race. So it was like, man. I don't think they have changed the rolling resistance at all, Dan. Which, I don't know. What kind of race was it, Tom? I just did that Crit City, but I raced really aggressively because I basically had nothing to lose. Like I wasn't. I did Crit City too. You didn't do the boost mode race, did you? The one at I guess it was 5 o'clock my time. I don't know what time zones other people are in, but yeah, getting back to the rolling resistance thing, that's something I think RGT has shied away from that stuff because it could potentially be a little thorny. And that by that stuff I mean like different CDA values for the gear, CDA values and weight for the gear. And then also, whoa, it's weird when bots catch. I guess they were working together really nicely. But Yeah, so, and the rolling resistance along with the CDAs too. RGT hasn't really changed any of that stuff, or made it where different gear has different CDA or different roads have different rolling resistance. Because it could get kind of thorny, but that's something I hope they get into. Yeah, no, boost mode. I did the race. My plan was to do 2 back-to-back crits yesterday. Do that first one that I tried to stream, and then hop straight into a boost mode. And when my stream went sideways, I thought maybe I would have time to fix it between those two. But I just needed to do too much troubleshooting. Didn't quite have time. So I jumped straight into the boost mode race. Mostly just because I got blown out so hard on Monday in it. I just want to, I got to prove a point now that I can do it. But the boost mode race ended up being, whoa, this looks great. Ended up being really poorly attended. Hey, we're on the gravel. Wow, the gravel surface looks really good. Yeah, Zwifting with Granny. Oh, wow, the light effects, too. That's new. Huh. Okay, I'm getting warm enough to take this off. Yeah, this course looks great. So, this looks like a lot of the gravel races I do here in the Southeast, like races in Georgia, races in rural Tennessee, looks a lot like this. I guess the trees are a little bit different, but the red dirt surface for sure. And yeah, I'm with you, Zwifting with Granny. The animations are definitely on my list of things that need improving on RGT. Oh, hey, thanks anybody who voted for me for the RGT Community Award for YouTuber of the Year. That just got announced, and I won it, so appreciate it. RGT user community has been really good during this whole year with lockdown and everything. It's been really fun for me to get stuck in with you guys. Thank you. And I think I was just a little bit ahead of the curve on streaming and YouTubing on RGT. Seems like we got a lot of other great people coming over now. Like, I mean, Damon VMS live stream came over not too long after I did, but now Mike Lister is getting in here. Some of the Echelon people, Frank Cundiff from the Project Echelon team. So I'm hoping we're going to see more, really what I hope is like general e-racing. Like, it's weird because I've said it before. People who like are into first-person shooters, you know, they generally have their main game, but it's not like people who play, I don't know, PUBG have never played Fortnite or something. Like, that's kind of all one community. So it would be cool if there was like an e-racing community. I'm down to go wherever there are fun races happening. Yeah, awesome to have you here, Lifting with Granny. Great content. Agree with Tom. These logs look cool. let's see. Let's flip the camera around a little bit. Oh yeah, this Argon 18 frame looks sick. So I know the orange helmet is ugly, but it makes it easier for me to find myself on the official streams of the Echelon series. And if everyone on Restart does like slightly different helmet and bike combos, it's just a little easier to pick everyone out. I know you can turn on the name tags, but it still helps like to not have to think about it. And when I'm looking back at the stream, it's easier to tell who's who, because obviously Damon with ZMS doesn't have like name tags on over 20 people at all times. That would be bonkers. So other stuff on this RGT update. There's an elimination mode for racing. So you can do like track elimination style races on any course, which I think this, like, changing race formats, yeah, that's super exciting. I think bringing realistic outdoor formats, this is like so much better than boost mode. Bringing realistic outdoor formats inside where they can be implemented even easier than outside. Because outside, like, somebody's got to make a call as you come through the line, who's eliminated, let that person know, get them pulled. But on here, like, the API knows who was last across the line, so it can just grab them, pull them out. And like, I've been saying it for a while, points racing. Whoever gets to points racing first, that will be huge. And like, I know Zwift has been doing it with ZRL, and they even have some on-screen graphics for the official live stream. But even that, I'm pretty sure that graphic is just someone at Zwift HQ with the API on one monitor and then that spreadsheet on the other, plugging those in. It's not like built into the game where it will grab your points, tally them up, and show me while I'm racing who got points and how many they got. And it could look just like the leaderboards for the segments do. Ooh, this is very much, this feet bit here, this is very reminiscent of those races I do in Georgia, in rural Alabama. So another big thing that's on this RGT update is a new TT mode. And like, I could set up a TT right now and I could either choose it to be mass start, draft off, or staggered start, like a real lifetime trial. And I think you can do staggered start, draft on. So maybe, and I don't know about this yet, I haven't gotten into it. I mean, it's my first time on this update, but I'm thinking that might mean that we could do some chase races, some like category graded stuff where it's one event, but like A's go off 1 minute, B's go off 1 minute, or reverse that and do it hare and hound style. And it's like something that we can do on the fly. Like, users can just do it on the fly, which is awesome. Hoping that that takes off. Other stuff on this UI. There's a just ride mode. That's going to be big for new people coming in, I think. You can go to your Magic Road library, click one, hit just ride, and you're going. You don't have to go through the full setting up an event process. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. You know, I said this in one of the Facebook groups a minute ago, but it's amazing that, you know, after all of the hemming and hawing about the Zwift UI update, which we were all looking forward to, and then it didn't happen, all that stuff, RGT just did a huge UI update, like massive changes, fixed a lot of stuff people were asking for, and that's really a footnote on this update, because the same update included whole new course. And I think this, so far, this is the best rendered course in RGT. Oh, they also apparently updated the graphics on the Paterberg, which already looked pretty good. So I'm excited to get eyes on that, because Paterberg is one of my favorite courses to race. That has been my best result of Echelon League so far, was the Paterberg stage. I was 11th. Still looking for a top 10. It's going to happen. Maybe this weekend. We got Armed Forces Cycling Classic and Bucks County Classic this weekend. Both real-life crits from America. This is going to be a really interesting course to race, this one. A lot of little punchy, like, turns that are pretty flowy. You can see, like, they got a little speed there. There's a tiny kicker here. This is going to be really dynamic. Can't wait to race on this thing. But yeah, Echelon this weekend should be a good one, man. More like Zwift RGT stuff. Nice, Tom. Yeah, I think that, I mean, like, threshold work is what I need right now. So that's why I raced Zwift yesterday. But I think in terms of fun, I probably have more fun racing on RGT. Yeah, I like Crit City too, though. I'm with you on that. I honestly wish there were more races on 8-bar on RGT, because I feel like 8-bar is kind of Coach Jeeze, I think that's what someone else was saying a second ago. We don't think they've changed the rolling resistance for the gravel, but that's on my list of things that I hope/think RGT will be addressing over time. Yeah, jumps. Let's do it. Jumps would be sweet. Actually, that is, like, truly, I think that will be a thing. Have you guys seen Hustle City? I've been trying to get in their beta. But Hustle City is like, it looks to me, I haven't played it yet. It's in beta. I've only seen like 1 or 2 YouTube videos about it, but Hustle City looks like that game Crazy Taxi with a smart trainer and some really rudimentary phone steering. So you're like on a road going through traffic and like delivering stuff. You're like a bike messenger, but it's like a story-based game on a smart trainer. And yeah, give it 2 years. I think we're going to get there. Maybe even sooner than 2 years, honestly. But I would not be surprised if Hustle City has jumps. It definitely has, like, there are cars on the road and you got to go around them. Huh. I guess they could already do that with the climb, huh? They just got to put, they'll come out with another one, because that's their whole thing, is like the Wahoo ecosystem, you know? They're always building the ecosystem. So they'll come out with another one that goes behind the trainer or like connects to the trainer itself, and that'll lift you up. And it'll be fully like one of those like arcade games from the 90s where you sit on your bike. That's actually, especially when I got the Sturzo, that's how I would explain this to my, I hope they do steal our idea. I hope they steal our idea, but then credit us and give us both one. Because that's the kind of thing that I would want to try, but not pay for. Like, the kicker climb. Kicker climb looks cool. I would gladly use it. But am I going to pay for a kicker climb? Like, no. honestly, if I've got, what does a kicker climb, like $500? If I've got $500 that I feel like I can spend, I'm probably getting new Chinese carbon clinchers to race outside. Because I am, maybe you guys don't know this because I haven't been doing gear reviews, but I'm definitely like falling on a budget as much as possible. Like, I'm looking at my cross bike over here, which is, it's a Trek Boon, super nice bike, but it is from the final year they made that bike with canty brakes. And I basically got it for half off because they were just discontinuing the rim brake model. That is another way to go. Just get a helper to just hoist you. Man, that is truly balling on a budget. But like, I'm also on a Chinelli road bike from 2014. I've been racing the same road bike since 2014. Chinese carbon clinchers. I think I am going to do a review of these Chinese carbon clinchers. Not even a review. I think I'm going to make videos that are not like, it's not a review because I'm not going to review anything that's not good. But I'm just going to say like, here's stuff I use and here's what I like about it. Kind of break it down the way I do races. Well, looking into the distance, that looks really good. It's rendered really well. That hill in the distance. The water over there looks good too. But yeah, these Chinese carbon clinchers, I've had these for 3 seasons. Probably got, I don't know, definitely 10,000, if not 20 or 30,000 miles on them. And they're going strong. Yeah, John, River looks good. I'm really impressed with how well everything's rendering into the distance. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm thinking. I'm glad to hear that because this is Ken Dizzle. This is the first time I've actually talked about doing any sort of gear review thing. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like less of a gear review and more of like a breakdown of something I like, why I like it. I'm not going to review anything that I wouldn't recommend. And I really just want to talk about things that I feel like are a particularly good deal. And like where I think you get the value out of them, which is basically what I'm trying to do with my race commentaries. I'm trying to say like, here's the way to take the fitness you have and stretch it as far as it'll go. Speaking of which, I won that Crit City yesterday that I tried to stream. Tom was there. Stream crapped the bed immediately, but I did switch on recording. So I'm going to break that one down. Part of it is just like Crit City, especially the downtown Dolphin direction. I just have it so dialed because I've raced it so many times. Maybe I'm tripping a little bit, but it feels like the draft is a little smoothed out here. Yeah, I agree, Ken Dizzle. That's okay, Tom. I got a new strategy I want to do on Bell Lap. John, I would love to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. That's big thanks to everyone who subscribed recently, because I hit 900 like yesterday, and we're already up to like 925 or something, which is amazing. So I'm going to be putting out a lot of content in the next couple of weeks, and I'm assuming a lot of people will be inside and maybe even like getting smart trainers for Christmas. So hopefully, John, Tom, Bell Lap strategy. I've been looking for a Bell Lap race that is TDM, that event between Christmas and New Year's. Hey, Winter, funny that I ran into you on that other stream last night. TDM, is that the stage race they're doing on RGT between Christmas and New Year's? I believe that's what it is. So I'm not planning to do that because that is an awesome event. And I think we're getting to this point for the first time on RGT, which is actually a good thing, where there are more good races than I can do. So I am focusing on Echelon Series. Yeah. I need to really get the calendar out and look at how that race series plays with Echelon, because my commitment is really Echelon for sure. Like when cyclocross got canceled, I was looking for something to focus my fall time, wintertime energy on, and Echelon was perfect. It's like kind of moving up one level in terms of competition and seriousness. The timing is good. I like that it's like every other weekend, but it does require me to come in really fresh every other weekend. Like me at my absolute best, I'm like the 20th fastest guy by raw numbers at Echelon Series. And if my result is any better than that, it's only because I'm really familiar with the platform and really racing shrewdly. Hey, is anyone else noticing? It seems like the descending might be better. It seems like we're not like flying through each other as much, right? I think they may have done some tweaking, but this feels really good to me. But yeah, if that TDM event is like a week away on either side from Echelon stuff, I might do it. I did really like the Vive la France stage race. I don't know if I'll ever do 3 weeks of stage racing on the trainer again, but I did really like that. It's fun to do consecutive day stage racing stuff. So I'd like to get in there. Tom, I'm getting back to this bell lap strategy. I've been looking for a race on the bell lap that suits my my timetable a little bit better. I want to try this out. This is what I would have done yesterday if I could have found a race that was going the other way. Winter, it was so nice having you watching a lot of that sort of Vive la France stuff. Some of those long climbs. Ooh. Cool. John, I'm going to look into that. If TDM, like, if I can get enough of a buffer, I'm going to do it. I'll put that tentative promise out there. Ooh, little crossing. Interesting. So bell lap strategy I want to try. I think that it would be possible on the bell lap course to attack, especially if you're in a group that's already moving pretty fast, to attack on the like after you go through the roller coaster on that straightaway. Yeah, the gravel looks really good, right? This is pretty awesome. Winter, free to ride, so get out here. I think you on the bell lap course on Zwift, you could attack after the roller coaster, but before the downhill. Go full sprint. Oh no, I'm losing the wheel. Go full sprint and then just stop pedaling at the top of that descent, catch a super tuck all the way down, and because you were accelerating into that downhill, I think in the super tuck, as long as you time it right, you would actually accelerate for the first half, at least to that little flat spot, but you would go really fast all the way down for 0 watts, and then you could settle back into something reasonable when it flattens out. And I know that descent is really short. Whew. All right, what do you guys think? Should I switch over to Zwift and try that new gravel out? I don't know if everyone knows, but apparently Zwift released new roads. Or I could try something else on here. I don't know what I should do. But yeah, so I think Bell Lap, you could attack at the right time, super tuck and get some recovery, and basically get a free, yeah, that's not helpful, Tom. All right, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna switch. I have this, I've got this ready, so I feel like it's good to use it. Yeah, Winter, it happened like 2 hours ago, maybe. So we'll see if we can find it. All right, I'm ending this RGT ride. It is, Tom, that strategy is going to be... Yeah, I'm interested to see the comparison too, Deadly, so we're doing it. I'm swapping right now. I love the EF kit too. I want it. Someone posted a thing to win one of these bikes. I need to figure out what that giveaway was, but the EF Cannondale bike was so good. The EF Cannondale Palace collab. So this skateboard also, which has not been on the channel at all, but that's actually kind of how I ended up in the bike world. A lot of people from skateboarding in the early started getting into fixed gear bikes, and I needed a bike to get around while I was in college. So I got some fixed gears and started doing alley cats. That turned into messengering, which turned into real bike racing. So I feel like the Palace EF, the Palace Skateboards EF collab, like it makes extra sense for me to have that, right? All right, let's see. Oh, is it seriously not picking up Zwift? There we go. We got Zwift. So this thing is stupid. Oh, everything on RGT was paired through the companion, so I'm gonna have to swap it out. All right, let's turn this off. I'm just gonna turn this whole companion app device off. That's why it's not picking up anything but Ant Plus. All right, that's off. Let's try this search again. Come on. Oh, this is no good. There we go. There's some Bluetooth. Okay, give me Bluetooth stuff. Give me the trainer. So my trainer will never pair until it shows up here. There it is. I gotta pair it as power and then pair it as controllable. I should have left it on the transition screen for this. This is always annoying to do. And then go back to my power meter. And then pair my heart rate. Now, there's this whole order of operations. This is another... People wonder why I like RGT so much, but the pairing is so much easier. No, I don't have a ticker, Winter. I've got a Garmin heart rate monitor that broadcasts them both. Oh, nice, Tom. I see that link. Thank you, Tom. Hugh Carthy is an awesome rider. That's cool, Coach Jeeze. I'm just seeing all this because I was trying to pair up. Okay, let's look at the routes. Are there new routes or is there... Ooh, that's a new route. All right, what route should I do? I guess there's a badge for it. You guys seen any new ones? Serpentine 8, Ocean Lava Cliffside Loop. So it looks like they're just using like little connectors. Beach Island Loop. So I was down to Ken Dizzle. It's because my trainer only broadcasts in Bluetooth FTMS or something. It's like it only broadcasts in one really specific frequency or whatever. So I have to do that manually every time. I have to pair it as a power meter, and then it recognizes like, oh, that's a trainer, and then go back. It's the whole thing. All right, so is this going to take in any of the new stuff? So, all right, let's do so it's obviously not like a full new route, like there's just like new connector roads, and they used them to make a few new badges. So we got Serpentine 8. Let's do Ocean Lava Cliffside. This looks like... All right, Ocean Lava Cliffside. Here we go. I could ride with Vegan Cyclist, I guess. Saw him on here. I wish, man, so... Yeah, so Deadly, it's apparently like just a few little connectors that have made it possible to do different loops. People were talking about it in my the Restart Racing team chat. They were talking about all the different implications, but it seems like the biggest one or the coolest one is that it's going to make it possible to get to the Epic KOM really quickly. So doing like repeats of the Epic KOM. Winter, what is your heart rate monitor doing? What does it do that is weird? So I got my Tron bike. I don't know if all of you guys have seen that, but I finally did. What's wonky about it? Like, is it reading high or low, or is it like not pairing right? What's it doing that's weird? All right, I'm gonna try to ride around like 200 watts-ish. I'm slightly disappointed they didn't add more single track. I have to turn around to start before the arch to get the badge, or to do what, Greg? Oh, no. So you think I could turn around now and get it? That's annoying. Because normally if you do a U-turn, it won't give you the badge, right? Well, I'll just preview it right now. And if I don't get the badge, I don't get the badge, I guess. Ah, that is an annoying glitch. Is it just this route, or is it other ones too? Other new ones, I mean. I've been getting a weird graphical thing recently where sometimes the edges of the road look like they're raised up from the grass a little bit. I also don't know... Oh, all the new routes have the glitch. Okay, maybe I'll do this one, and then I'll do the U-turn thing to get the next one, you know? It looked like that beachside one was super short, so... So yesterday, speaking of glitchy stuff, the volcano circuit, like, turn option icon... One of those was up when I switched to my race on Crit City, and it just stayed there. For my entire Crit City race, it looked like I had the option of turning on Watopia, which was Honestly, I forgot about it after a while, but it was weird to see, weird to look at for sure. Put in my chat. My chat window goes in different places on Zwift and RGT, so I've got you guys where I want you now, where I can see. So I don't know exactly where this new stuff is going to be. So this is going to be a surprise to everybody. I am excited for some new race routes, though. I have been, Tom, we were talking about Crit City. My new favorite, other than Crit City, is Seaside Sprint that I posted that breakdown video on the other day. That one is just really, it's really punchy and interesting. As much as Zwift routes go, hey, this is a guy who's also from Birmingham. This is one of my local rivals that I race at everything. Me and Martin have had many battles. Good to see him riding. He got hit by a car not too long ago, so I'm glad he's back out at it. He is super strong climber. At our weekly Tuesday night Hammerfest ride, Martin is always going up the climbs with me. I'm gonna give him a ride on. I bet he doesn't realize I'm here. What's up, Martin? His name's Martin Moots. He is German. Yeah, I'm really glad to see that he's out here riding, and he's pushing 3.4 watts a kilo, so he's doing pretty solid, it looks like. That is crazy. So that's one pro con thing. I think there are definitely advantages to to RGT having the ability, the ride I just did, it was my ride and there was no one else in that server, rather than on Zwift. Oh, thanks, Martin. He may be watching this right now. I don't know. He actually, if you go back to the very first videos on my YouTube, a lot of them are when we took our weekly Tuesday night ride onto Zwift at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's me battling Martin. So, small world, small virtual world. But yeah, you go back to, actually don't go back to those videos. I had actually always wanted to YouTube that weekly group ride and do some analysis of that, because that thing, it's like a Zwift race. It's hard from the gun because there's nothing on the line. It's just a group ride. It's like the weekly race simulation group ride. So no one has anything to lose and everybody wants to get a workout. So pretty much all the fastest guys from the state of Alabama show up and smash. And I've always thought it'd be really fun to break that down. So then when we took it on to Zwift, I was like, oh, I can screen record it, and then trying to figure out how to do that. That's how I ended up at the whole YouTube thing. One of my teammates was saying that one of these new roads, which I think we're about to hit one new road through the little Italian village. Keep your eyes peeled, everyone. I think it's happening. It is crazy that there's nothing that climbs that straight ahead. There should be a road that climbs that, right? This is the big thing with Zwift taking so long to put new roads out. It's they have this whole map built out. It seems like you could just, it seems like it'd be pretty easy to put, okay, is this new? No. Maybe y'all have to tell me when stuff's new. No, this is the regular. Or is this new? I don't know. Apparently there's new shading effects too, so I guess keep your eyes peeled. The dirt looks good. I don't know. RGT versus Zwift graphic difference. I think if RGT keeps going the direction that this new road has gone, that the new, the one I just did over there, I think I may end up liking it more. Okay, this is just the, I guess in my mind I was thinking, because it's the other road that goes through the Italian village, maybe we're about to hit something new. I'm like paranoid about what's new now. I still think Zwift looks better at this moment, but I think if RGT keeps going the way it's going, it may look better over time. So Greg, I didn't see the Zwift Insider article yet. All I saw was the post on Zwift Hype before I hopped on, and then a bunch of chatter in my group. So the comparison, Deadly, the Zwift RGT comparison. Okay. I've not been on Twitter today, so I missed that. The Zwift RGT comparison, I mean, you can see there are just more users on Zwift, but I think RGT sometimes feels like there are even less users than there are, because there's people doing what I was just doing, which is riding a private event on my own private server. And then also Zwift, unless you want a world hack or something, you can only ride 3 worlds at a time, and there's like a ton of courses within each world. RGT, all like 9, 10, whatever official tracks are all separate and not connected. And then also you got magic roads on top of that. So I don't know how many people at any given time are riding a magic road, but like obviously if I make a magic road of like the next time trial I'm going to do in real life and I go ride it on RGT, I'm not going to just run into people on RGT the way we just ran into Martin. So that's like a pro-con thing. Like, it is cool on Zwift to just run into people and I've run into people like Martin, like someone I know in real life. But then I've also run into like Jam Fund coach Al Donahue. He coached Jeremy Powers, who you guys probably know from GCN. Al Donahue was Jeremy's coach and co-founder of the Jam Fund cyclocross program. But I just ran into Al Donahue out here one day. I've run into a lot of cyclocross people, which I guess makes sense since cyclocross is more or less canceled. I know there are some cyclocross races going on in some parts of the country. Ned Bowen, what's up? Right on from Ned. Appreciate it. Ned is race with Ned a lot. He is a very highly ranked Zwifter and a very shrewd Zwift racer. Ned's strategies, on my most recent Zwift breakdown, I compared 2 Seaside Sprint finishes. He commented with a link of 4 or 5 times of him doing the same finish with even more analysis. So definitely a man after my own heart on the incredibly analytical indoor bike racing train. Oh, hey, if you guys haven't seen this, speaking of cyclocross and YouTube content, I'm putting this in the chat. CXs and O's is Bill Scheiken from Crosshairs Cycling, the guy who used to do the Sven-ness videos. This is basically his new reboot of Sven-ness, which is like Spin-ness is like taking one item, one minutia part of a cyclocross race and breaking it down, like to the point of like timing people coming through at every lap, pausing it and analyzing the gap, like CX's and O's and the old Spin-ness videos. Best stuff on YouTube right now. So I just popped that in the chat. Look for that on YouTube. If you, I know a lot of people are starving for cycling content because it's been like feast and famine recently. There was nothing, and yeah, so good. Tom, I think I probably would not be as good at cyclocross as I am, which is nominally good. Fastest of the slow or slowest of the fast. Ken Dizzle, I see that you just followed me and gave me a ride on. Thanks. That is another cool thing about Zwift. They have more community functions, like the ride-ons and stuff. That is cool. But yeah, I don't think I would be as good of a cyclocross rider as I am without Bill Scheiken's content. So if you like those, then search this. I'll put it in the chat rather than spell it. Spin-ness, which is a play on... Oh, it looks like that didn't go... Saying it again. There it goes. Yeah. So, Pidcock finally did it. That should be awesome. I don't know why now it keeps coming through. So Spin-ness is the old series he used to do. It's a play on Sven Nys, the guy who basically ruled cyclocross for years, was the king of cyclocross when I got into it. Those videos are the same thing as CX's and O's, basically. It's him breaking stuff down. They're a few years old. CX's and O's is, I guess he's changed the name since Sven has retired. All right, let's go small ring here. Small ring and it keep the spin going. Yeah, I think it is really interesting the way this whole season is played out, where like a lot of the best, everything's on its head, you know, because everyone couldn't do, like Ineos couldn't have everything totally dialed the way they normally do. Everyone has been kind of thrown into flux. And so now you got guys who are all in on cyclocross, like your Van Tornouts, really just like absolutely peaking, because this is when they would have been peaking anyway. And then you've got Wout and Van der Poel coming off of like heavy road seasons, both of them. And yeah, it's just going to be really interesting because they're a little burned. The guys they normally beat are fresher. Kendizzle, I am not going to do Tour of New York. Looks fun, but I've got to save the legs a little bit for Echelon series. Apparently, okay, I can't remember. We're supposed to be getting the, like, everyone is there. Pidcock, Van der Poel, Tone, Lars van der Haar. There's supposed to be a race coming up either this weekend or next weekend that everyone's going to be at. So that'll be fun to see. It's been really cool that Lars van der Haar is back on his game this year. I'm beginning to wonder what's up with this route. Is it going to take me like halfway up Epic KOM and then turn me? I really have no idea where this route is going. But yeah, I'm not racing Tour of New York or riding Tour of New York on Zwift because I think it would probably goad me into going harder than I should go with the Echelon Series Pro race on Saturday, the Bucks County Classic. This is the new one, Ned. So like base of the climb and then you go left. Some of my teammates were talking about how this makes it where you could do repeats of Epic KOM a lot easier. So that's cool. Winter, you're not doing it either. I feel like I hadn't seen too much about... Oh, here we go. This is the new one. Epic KOM bypass. So Ned, have you seen the new RGT road? That's like a full course. It's not just one thing. Ken Dizzle, I don't have enough self-control for that. I get in those big events. Here it is. This is the road. I get in those big events and weird how the tarmac looks kind of different. So let's do this. Falling rocks. So maybe they're going to implement, I saw that falling rock sign. Maybe they're going to put some falling rocks on this course. Oh, you're lost on this route. This is the new part, Winter. I thought you were saying you weren't going to do a Tour of New York. That's exactly what I just did, Ned. Oh, here we go. All right, we got a cliff over here. Zoom it out a little. The Christmas lights below. A little surprise gravel here. Interesting. I do think if like the tractor power up and all that stuff is gonna be useful, they're gonna have to sprinkle more, and the gravel bikes too. They're gonna have to do more of these like mixed surface routes. But yeah, Ned, that's what I just did. Just easy spin. So you're doing Echelon Pro this weekend as well. That is going to be real hard, I think. So I could be crazy, but I just rode the new road with a bunch of bots. Hey, there's the Christmas tree field. That's neat. But it seems like they may have smoothed out the slingshot through the draft a little bit, Ned. I was riding with some bots, and on the downhill, it didn't seem super crazy. Ken Dizzle, 8 hours is plenty. Plenty. You got to see these new roads, right? I probably will ride tomorrow, but I'm probably going to ride the mountain bike outside easy. Let's look at this thing. These are cool, these little rock tunnel things and all the flowers and stuff. So this is also, everything that you're seeing is with my settings on 4K UHD. So you might not get quite as many flowers and lights and stuff if you're riding on lower settings. Maybe I should do that to show in real time, because it does actually give you like less. So if you go down, it's like it actually renders less things on the screen. It's not like totally different. It's just like it'll give you more individual flowers and more weird, something I've noticed. Yeah, Winter, that new RGT route is great. This new road is cool. We've got an embarrassment of riches in the indoor cycling. That's cool. The that little door right there, little, I don't know, Hobbit town. I think this will probably be pretty interesting to race too. Man, I should have caught Martin. He's up here 40 seconds up on me. So funny that he's probably like 10 miles away from me in real life. Yeah, so Ned, have you noticed, have you actually ridden RGT and felt the new draft, or have you just heard? It seems to me like, I don't know, it seems like it's just not slingshotting you as bad, which is awesome. I'm like super thankful for that. Although, I hope it's not going to make it where I can't save as much in the draft, because I think if I'm not getting the generous draft savings of RGT, I may be out the back on Echelon races pretty quick, being a lighter guy with like 300 watt FTP. Yeah, I think the draft tweak, I heard they were going to tweak it. I think the draft tweak came with the update. But I don't know, once I'm done, you could go back on this stream and look at it. But on the downhills, riding with bots that were, you know, the bots are doing a really consistent wattage. Even on the old draft, even the bots at consistent wattage would slingshot past each other a lot because they're like in the draft and really, but it seemed much more like sort of natural lead changes today. Yeah, that was a cool little route. So I wonder if that's the only part of this that's new. I think it said this one was like 19K altogether. Looks like I got 50 more meters of climbing. I guess I'm going to finish this one. Maybe hit up that beach one. Maybe see if I can actually get that. So I was down to only 3 route badges. I had all of them except for Uber Pretzel, Mega Pretzel, and PRL Full. So my plan was to do one of those each weekend I'm off from Echelon. Start building up to some endurance again. Because it looks like, why am I not super tucking? Super tuck, dude, come on. I've been getting that recently, like, I'm clearly going fast enough. I'm clearly not pedaling and it won't, yeah. Weird. Maybe, I know it's like different in race mode or something. So apparently in real life, the UCI may ban the super tuck. Have you guys heard about this? There's apparently a new UCI rule which may or may not ban the super tuck in competition. So I wonder, I honestly hope even if it gets banned in real life that Zwift keeps it, because anything that's like super tuck should kick in, Tim, at 56 kilometers per hour. So I was well over. I was at like 62 there, and it has to be more than 3% downhill, but that was like 6%. I saw that GCN video, but they weren't really clear. Winter, I think because it's unsafe, and like luckily nothing, yeah, safety. I think after the thing where what was that, Switzerland, where the sprint race in one of the sprint finish in one of the Scandinavian countries where dude just completely smashed his face, and everyone was like, we've been saying for years. Yeah, Winter, I agree though that Zwift, where safety is not a concern, I think any strategic thing that kind of like changes it up a little bit in Zwift racing, they should keep it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but so much of the strategy stuff I've been doing recently has been geared toward figuring out places I can super tuck that not a lot of people are doing it. Like on the Seaside Sprint finish, spoiler alert for my most recent race breakdown if you haven't watched it, but it's all about trying to get a super tuck and timing it right on the finish of the Seaside Sprint course before the bridge sprint. I do love drafting someone on a TT bike. Winter, the injury I'm talking about was not a super tuck injury. It was a sprint finish that's like a slightly downhill sprint. But basically for years, riders have been saying this finish is sketchy. It's like, it's too fast of a downhill and the road narrows or something. And someone finally got hurt this year. So I think the UCI is like, instead of making that same mistake and waiting for someone to get hurt because of a super tuck, maybe we should go ahead and get out ahead of it. Which, I don't know, I think it's probably a good idea. But that's not going to stop me from super tucking for fun when I'm riding. It's really more of a group thing. It's like, if you're racing in real life, you don't want to be in a peloton, especially when people try to super tuck and pedal at the same time. You don't want to be in a peloton of people doing that. That is bad news, potentially. I remember the first time Froome did it. That wasn't exciting. I guess that was the tour where he attacked over the top of a climb. He like waited to attack at the very top and then super tuck and pedaled while super tucking. And it was exciting, but it was also, yeah, it was scary. And it's just like ugly to look at. It was like, oh man, am I going to have to look at this from now on? But that was also like where Froome finally shut some people up, I think. People who were like, Froome can't descend and all that. Yeah, it does get to be a thing where like, I mean, cornering in a crit at speed is inherently dangerous, but how much of that is like a skill that you just got to say, well, that's the skill you have to be good at this, and how much of that is, I don't know. There's definitely a debate to be had there. I think, okay, here's where I fall on it. I think you should only be able to super tuck if you're not drafting someone. So if you're on the front of the group, you can super tuck. And if you've got like a, I don't know, 5 bike length gap, you can super tuck. But what I don't want to see in real life racing is a bunch of guys wheel to wheel super tucking. That is going to get super dangerous. All right, I guess I'm not going to get this badge, huh? That is annoying. Greg with the insider info. You gotta turn around and start under the banner to get the badge. I bet if I did it a second time, it would give me the badge. But I don't know if I'm trying to do another 30 minutes. Neil, you mean the graphics like the Super Tuck graphic? Or what graphics are we talking about here? I mean, that's applicable to many things across both Zwift and RGT. Yeah, Winter, that's probably wise. If it can happen to Froome, it can happen to anybody. I'm wondering if what Neil was talking about there is sometimes when you go to Super Tuck, it's maybe not showing it to you, but you are actually getting it. Zwift does weird stuff like that sometimes. Hey, got the badge, so it looks like they did fix that. Winter, I will say I have put leg warmers. Actually, I took leg warmers off in the middle of a road race once because I was in a race. I didn't want to lose the group. So I went to the back of the peloton and then on a slight downhill, unclip one leg, take it off, clip that leg back in, put it in the pocket, unclip the other leg, take it off, like in the pocket, and that worked. So, hey Neil, if you're still on here, are you on Twitch or just YouTube? I'm trying to host more people on my Twitch. Anyway, new route, Zwift route done, new RGT route done. I'll be racing Echelon this weekend, which I will not be streaming because there's a main feed with Frankie Andreu. Greg, I don't doubt that you were right. They probably just fixed it, so I'm glad they did. Gonna be racing Echelon this weekend. I will not be streaming that. I'm gonna record it all and then do race breakdowns because there's a live stream with Frankie Andreu and Brad Soner announcing. So that will be hosted on my Twitch channel. So yeah, Winter, that was not my best idea of all time, but I did get through it. I'm also probably going to have another Zwift race breakdown, the one I tried to stream yesterday, where I won, of course, the Crit City race where my streaming setup craps out. Super exciting race. I got off the front several times, won the sprint. So I'm going to break it down since it didn't work. But anyways, thank all you guys for hanging out. Thanks everybody who voted on the RGT awards. Super thank you. Yeah, awesome time on 2 new gravel courses. Get out here and try them. Everybody go try that RGT course. It's really fun. Later.